Hello, it's Monday, June 8th, and that means two things. First off, we were not struck by a 900-foot-long asteroid over the weekend. Remember when we worried about asteroids? And second thing, it's time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Nailed and Keystone's XFit LED tube-ready high bay fixture. These are easy installs, high bays pre-wired for Type B tubes. This lets you bypass any existing ballasts for your retrofits. These are great for indoor high bays, warehouses, general lighting, and you can get them in 4 or 6 lamp options. Into the news, Dr. Chris Cuttle calls for the end of the lumen. He's a professor at Queensland and says that as we use more lighting for more than illumination, then measuring luminance is not going to be as useful a metric. The Well Building Conference has been canceled. That was set for August. Craig DeLuey offers his outlook on rebates for 2020, comparing stats from the last 4 years and what it means for the near future. The DLC is reducing driver testing requirements for horticultural lighting based on the worst case variation. The ILP is offering a free webinar on post-pandemic public lighting set for July 10th, talking about community spirit as much as public health. Signify and Reggiani have settled their patent suit. Details forthcoming. Over on the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast, Jim Colantoni explains how he works with UVC every day. Acuity is adding UV LEDs to Ushio from Ushio. This is an exclusivity deal for far UV lamps. Signify is adding physical distancing tools to their IoT platform. This will let you set the number of people it will allow on one floor before offering everyone an alert. The 11 most efficient LED troughers, according to Inside Lighting, limiting selections to 2x2s, 2x4s, and 4000K. Kali and Zaga have agreed to liaise on LED technology. This is Chinese-US cooperation on smart lighting interfaces. EU antitrust regulators will decide on AMS's Osram buyout in July, on the 6th even. Samsung opens a virtual booth. Their LED division is running a all-hours LED lighting exhibition. Alex Baker is talking to Craig DeLuey about LED product life claims. Orion reports profits for the 2020 fiscal year. Smart LED installations have driven the company's revenue by 130%. Chuck Swadoba editorializes on GE leaving lighting. This is a former Cree exec talking about, how we need to grow beyond that, I guess. Light Fair announces their Innovation Award winners, 14 products honored by their jury. Cow Group has sued Leadvance Fight and GE Lighting. These are individual suits over multi-panel light sources. LRC releases open source calculator for horticultural lighting. This is a new tool for luminaire analysis. Specialty lighting market to grow by 7% by 2027, according to Grandview Research. That's almost $9 billion in value. UVC debate on LinkedIn. Robert Soler stirs the pot. Oliver Lowell and Scott Zimmerman and a number of other experts have jumped in. It's a good thread. 8 tips for choosing a step-down transformer, according to Mark Ezzati for the Electrical Industry News Week. Virtual roundtable on UV lighting in hotels, a video conference call between lighting and hospitality experts. Good info. Signify packaging to go plastic-free by 2021. That'll save about 2.5 tons of plastic a year. Optech projects UVC profits. This is a California company aiming at $4 million in revenue last quarter. The MDPI has released a white paper on light pollution and how we need to change going forward. Province of British Columbia is set to spend $200 million on efficiency projects for schools, including LED retrofits. The SRB Technologies is now making face shields in addition to lighting products. Arkansas Natural Sky Association calls out municipalities in the state. They either have no or insufficient light pollution standards. Karen Oranger is named a notable woman in construction and design by Biz Times Milwaukee. Dave Pearson explains the funding strategy that turned all the streetlights back on in Salt Lake City, Utah. The DLC is opening horticultural requirements or their draft thereof for comments. You have until June 16th to get your 2 cents in. GE Current names agents in Ontario. Omni Technical Products will serve the GTA's control needs, whereas GS Lighting Group will cover lamps and ballasts for Southwest Ontario. Shatter Shield adds a rep agency for Manitoba and Northwest Ontario. R&D sales of Winnipeg will cover the regions. Stones is offering UV disinfection as a service. This is a Nashville electrical contractor now offering antimicrobial gear for rent. Human-Centric lighting market to grow by $1.25 billion by 2025, according to Trusted Business. Williams County is going to replace all their streetlights. That's a $17,000 project. Essence Group has joined the Zigbee Alliance. They make home and healthcare smart lighting. Topsfield MA is considering solar streetlights. They've bought 1 unit and plan to test it as a part of upgrading their downtown core. 54% of schools need renovations. This is according to a federal report. They target HVAC and lighting as key areas for improvement. Prince George also testing solar street lighting. This is one street in town has been lit by the solar system for 6 months, considering doing the rest. The National Cancer Center warns of light pollution. This is a UK study correlating street lighting and breast cancer. U of Florida study on lettuce under high-energy LEDs finds that the more blue the light is, the more nutritious your lettuce. Here's a DIY project. An LED matrix driver, turning 100 mini PCBs into one big array. Active particles with switchable light propulsion direction. This is a 3-university effort that has created microparticles that self-propel and change direction depending on what color light you shine on them. And the University of California in Santa Barbara has proposed a better LED architecture. If the metastructure is more like lasers, then the surface will emit more light. And over on the hiring desk, Myers Emergency Power has added Patrick Ronan and Scott Brandonicio as regional sales managers, while Lamps Plus promotes Clark Lindstone to COO. This has been the Lighting Industry News Brief. I have been Scott Wachter. This is brought to you by Nailed. Get educated, get associated. In the meantime, here's Snowflake. Snowflake. Have a great Monday.
outside.